After Karbala, after Kufa, you would think that was it. No, every stop they went, they were pelted with stones. And Zainab protects the children. You think they flew from Kufa to Sham? They had to stop in Mosul, north of Iraq. They had to stop in Tikrit. They had to stop in Halab. And some of those places were nice. Others of them, no. They put their spears in the waist of the daughter of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Yes. Did she ever stop? Did she turn around and say, I hate this religion, I hate this world's been bad for me? No. No. I will make sure my mother's proud of me. She's going to know that what she taught me, I will make her proud on the day of judgment. And even when she enters Sham, she says to Shimr, Shimr, don't let all of us women of Al Muhammad, don't let us enter from the same gate. We're not used to that many men staring at our faces. He said to her, I'll make you enter from the same gate, and I want you to be embarrassed in front of everyone. Yes. You know what she says? She says, we were walking towards Yazid's palace in that darbar, the bazaar. She said, all of a sudden, this is Imam Zain al-Abidin saying about Sayyidah Zainab. That's why when they asked Imam Zain al-Abidin, what was the worst of everything? He said, Ash-Sham, Ash-Sham, Ash-Sham. He said, you don't know what we saw. Wallah, you don't know what we saw. They said to him, Imam, what did you see in Sham? Yes. He replied by saying, in Sham, when we were walking towards Yazid's palace, he said, I saw men poking their spears into the waist of my auntie Zainab. He said, I saw others calling out, these are the children of the man who killed your fathers at Khandaq and Khaybar. Come and attack his children. Yes. But then he said, the third thing hurts me the most. They poured boiling water on us. Allahu Akbar. Ya Zainab, what did you see? What did you see? Boiling water on top of the children of Al Muhammad. Ya Rasulullah, how did you survive watching your grandchildren go through what they went through? And you would think that Zainab would stop and she would not be able to continue. They said to her, we're going to take you to Yazid's palace. They told her, this is going to be the end of Zainab. That was the beginning of Zainab. Allahu Akbar. Yazid was sitting down. The first thing he did, he had a man next to him. That man was there as one of his guests. He said to him, that young girl there, I want her to be my slave. Give her to me. It was Sukayna bint al-Hussein. Yes. He said, I want her to be my slave. Zainab said, she will not go anywhere. He said to her, how dare you talk like that to me? She said, I will talk to you the way I want to talk to you. You will not touch any of these children. He looked towards her and then he said to her, that you know how I really feel over here? She said, what is it? He said, ليت أشياخي ببدر شهدوا جزع الخزرج من وقع الأسأل لا هلوا واستهلوا فرحا ثم قالوا يا يزيد لا تشل لعبت هاشم بالملك فلا خبر جاء ولا وحي نزل. He said, you know what? I wish my ancestors from Badr were present today. Who's his ancestors from Badr? Who's his ancestors? Abu Sufyan, Hind, Utbah bin Rabi'ah, Hind's father. Abu Sufyan is his grandfather. He said, I wish they were present, so I see the way I poke the teeth of Abu Abdullah. Yes? I wish they were present. You'd think she'd break down. You'd think at that moment that would be the end of Zainab. That's it. Because she can see the biggest insult from him. The sermon she gave finished Bani Umayyah. That sermon. That finished. Why did that sermon finish Bani Umayyah? Look at how Fatima, all of a sudden when people thought Fatima had died, Zainab suddenly made Fatima come back. The way Fatima spoke with Fadak, Zainab spoke in Sham. All praise is due to Allah, Master of all the worlds. And peace and blessings be on His holy Prophet. And Allah was right when He said, evil will be the end for those who committed evil. Because they rejected our communications and they used to mock our signs. Oh Yazid, do you think that God has made you honorable and made us contemptible? Now that in your belief you've blocked the earth's zones and the heavens' horizons and you've left no solution for us? You crow with pleasure. Now that the world has turned for you, our government is allocated to you, and our affairs are arranged for you, get off your high horse. Have you not read in the Quran? Look at Quran, non-stop. Let not those who disbelieve think that our granting them respite is good for their souls. Rather, we grant them respite so they may add to their sins. And for them there is a painful chastisement. O Yazid, O you whose father was freed by my grandfather, Muawiyah, your father, was freed by my grandfather on the day of the Tulaqa of Mecca. Is it fair you place your wives behind a curtain while the daughters of Rasulullah are taken from city to city? Is it fair that you disgrace us so that all can see us, from the stranger to the acquaintance, from the noble to the ignoble, while there is none to defend us? How can I, Zainab, hope for sympathy and compassion from someone whose grandmother chewed the liver of the nobles and he was born from the flesh of the martyrs? You look at us as an adversary and you don't look at yourself as a sinner over this mortal blow. How can I hope from someone of sympathy and compassion who boasts about his disbelieving ancestors, wishing that they were present to see what he's done? You strike the lips of Aba Abdullah. You've shed the blood of the progeny of Abdul Muttalib, the heavenly stars on earth. But O Yazid, I'll be patient, for what awaits you is an eternal chastisement. O Yazid, by Allah, you've cloven your own skin and flesh. Soon you'll meet the messenger of Allah, where Allah turns disgrace into tranquility. You held his children as captives, and you disgraced them, and you shed their blood. But O Yazid, have you not read in the Quran? Again, do not count those who have died in the way of God as being dead. Rather, they are alive, receiving sustenance from their Lord. Enough for us is that Muhammad is our leader, Jibreel is our supporter, and we have all of our followers. O Yazid, although the plight has made me speak to you, I find speaking to you of little value, but scolding you is great. Therefore, I'll continue to scold you. The eyes are tearful, the heart is sorrowful. How ironic it is that the members of the party of Allah are killed by the members of the party of Shaitan, that their bodies lie on the ground in Karbala with no one to look after them. But O Yazid, your ideas are unstable, your government is transitory. O Yazid, however hard you try, you will never remove our love from the hearts of the people. Yes? O Yazid, soon you'll meet Allah and you'll hear the cry, Ala la'natullah ala al-qawm al-zalimeen. At that moment, Yazid asked for the adhan to be recited. He knew that Zainab had defeated him. He knew that this Zainab, I've killed her sons, I've killed her brothers, I've killed the whole family, I've seen her whipped, I've seen her attacked. My dear brothers and sisters, whenever you face difficulty in life, always remember no day like Hussein's day, and no struggle like Zainab's struggle. And that's why when he looked at her, he said, okay, you win this time. How can I reward you? What do you want? She said, what you took from us, you can never give back to us. That baby crying in his father's lap, that arrow you put can never be given back to its mother again. Yes, you see that Rabab, she can never come back. You can never put Akbar's body again. And Abbas's smile I'll never see because of you. But oh Yazid, let us return to Karbala. Yes, let's go back to Medina and return to Karbala. They went back to Karbala. She made sure the heads returned back to the bodies of each of those killed on the 10th of Muharram. Yes, she herself, you would think she would go to Awn and Muhammad straight away. No, she went to Abbas straight away. She said to him, I wish you were there when they began to hit me on the way. And I wish, Abul Fadl, with your arms, you would have stopped them slapping my cheeks when I was walking. And you would have made sure Sukaina's thirst, that thirst, I wish I had never asked you for water that day. She finished from there and she returned back towards Medina. The narrations mention that when she began Majalis al-Hussein, these Majalis 1,000 years later, is because of that lady. Tonight when I come on the first day of Muharram in Toronto, if it wasn't for Zainab, there would be no Majlis al-Hussein alayhi salam. She's the one who was the bedrock, the one who stood as a pillar. As Ibn Hajar said, Al-Aqilatu al-Aqila al-Labib al-Jazla honorable, dignified, intellectual, with a depth of understanding that's profound. The narrations mention she went back to Medina. Did she stop? Did she hide in her house? No. Let's begin Majlis al-Hussein. Why? Wherever you are in this world, the lovers of Al Muhammad will always have Majlis al-Hussein alayhi salam. Put them in Europe, put them in America, put them in Australia, put them in Africa, put them in the Middle East. Always they'll have Ma'tam al-Hussein alayhi salam. She went in, she began the majalis of Imam al-Hussein. Yazid, it's narrated, heard that she was too loud with her majalis. People were being affected. Yazid ordered that do not let her continue with the majalis. Some narrations mention that she was ordered to go and live in Egypt and she died in Cairo. Others mention that no, she went towards where? Towards where her holy grave is right now. How many of you yearn to be in Zainabiyya on a night like this? Yes? I see that some of you have been there. Those of you who haven't been there, the yearning is there. Ya Allah, let me smell the grave of Zainab one more time. Ya Allah, let me hold on to the grave of Zainab one more time. In a night like this, your hajat ask for it, that you return back to Zainab's grave again, inshaAllah. You remember the pleasant smell next to that Zainab name. You remember the beauty of the spirituality next to her grave. At this moment, put yourself next to that holy shrine of Zainab alayhi salam. And they asked her, what was the most difficult part for you? Others say Sham, Sham, Sham. Others say Karbala, yes. But for her, no doubt, Medina, yes. What happened in Medina for her was the most difficult. There's no doubt about that. Why? If I see Sughra in front of me, then she'll ask me, tell me about Asghar. If I see Kubra in front of me, she'll ask me, tell me about Akbar. If I see Fidda in front of me, she'll ask me, tell me Qasim about Qasim. If I see al-Baneen in front of me, she'll ask me, did Abu al-Fadl protect the deen or did he not? Tell me, she'll ask me about the right eye of Abu al-Fadl. How do I tell her about the right and the left arm of Abu al-Fadl? But if I go towards the grave of my mother Fatima al-Zahra, she'll ask me, did you kiss him on his neck and did you kiss him on his chest? I'll reply to her by saying, Mother Zahra, Mother Zahra, as for his neck, I kissed his neck, but Shimr took his neck away from him. Allahu Akbar. As for his chest, oh Mother Zahra, I kissed his chest, but their horses trample on his chest. Wallah, Mother Zahra, when their horses broke his chest, it continued to break my heart. But listen to this line, Mother Zahra, Wallah, they broke one of your ribs. I saw them break all of Abu Abdullah's ribs. Allahu Akbar. Mother Zahra, you said to me, give him one of your shirts. Mother, they took all his clothes away from him. But Mother Zahra, the way they slapped you in your house, you should have seen the slaps that your daughters received. And Mother Zahra, when they burnt your house, come and look at our houses being burnt. Sukaina running from one side and Ruqayya running from the other. Rabab running and Layla asking, where is my Akbar?